Hey guys, good morning. Let me get us over on Facebook real quick and we will get this fun excitement started. How's everyone doing this morning? Pop me a little comment on where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. And if you're listening on the podcast later, be sure to check this out on YouTube and subscribe over there. All right, it is thinking. All right. Okay. Magical Facebook, do your thing. We should be live here in just a moment. Good morning, good morning. Yes, this is an unscheduled live. So yay! I see that we're live. Good, good, good. Pop me a little comment on where you guys are tuning in from because I would love to know. This is kind of an unscheduled session, and but I'm fired up this morning. Like, you guys are gonna get some good content this morning. So first and foremost, let me just say I had a great weekend. It was super relaxed, spent some extra time with the family, got really clear on my intentions. I'm coming into this week high vibe, excited, can't wait to kind of jump in. We have some amazing things planned for our community and for you guys as well. So I'm super excited, but I have kind of a funny thing that happened. So, after coming off of this great weekend where we just had, a good time, basically, I opened up I kind of stayed off social media. We put out some resources and Friday, and we just stayed off social media because guys know there's a lot of fear mongering and news and all the chaos. We know where to get our information from. We make decisions and advise from there. So we kind of unplug from the news and social media because it gets into your head. That's a show for another day. But when I logged into Instagram late last night, I like to just see going into my Monday if I have any work. I have someone who's not a client of mine who sent me a message. I'm not going to share their name. They're in another coaching program, and I'm not going to share that person's name either. But I do want to read this message, and I want to talk about it today because you may be feeling this way. And I want to just give you some support, guidance, and encouragement on what you should be doing if you are feeling. So I got this message. Hey, Cyndi, it's we'll call him Fred. Thanks for your email about don't give up, but I think I'm all done. I haven't even really started. I just received my true code and spent a bunch of money learning from this other coach's name I'm not going to say to start my travel business over the last 11 months just to have this epic situation happen. So for an indefinite period of time, I'm not pursuing a dead end industry. It's going to be quite a while before the travel industry is hippin' and hoppin' again, and cruise industry, leisure, or luxury and Disney will be ill-affected for a long time to come, with millions of paranoid people not wanting to travel. You do a great job. Keep up the good work. So first of all, thank you. Sharing this post is not meant to call anyone out. I'm not sharing any names. But the first thing I did when I read this post is I was like, wow, did I just get invited to like a funeral for the travel industry? Like, what's happening here? I know this person is new and they haven't really started their business yet. My first thought was, why the hell does it take you 11 months to get your business started? Not that person's fault. I don't know what program they're going through or what that program does, but it should not take you 11 months to get your business started. My second thought was, does that program have any mindset stuff, right? Whether it does or not, you can get your mindset stuff elsewhere. But if that was I would be lighting them up. And I'm going to light y'all up this morning because I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about that post, if my clients were feeling that way, what I would say to them and kind of walk this process. Before I even read that post, I was actually doing some journaling and just kind of, absorbing what happened last week and some of the things, how people are feeling. And I wrote a quote in my journal. And I said, what it said was, if people knew their goals as intimately as they know their obstacles, they would already be winning, right? I want to ask you right now, can you tell me what your top 3 goals are for this year? Do you have them written down? Are they hanging somewhere in your office? Are they on your phone? That's where all mine are. I have them hanging up. I have them clear, outlined. Every time I open my phone, my goals are right on my right on my phone because I am focused on goals. When I bring people into our programs and start to coach them, you focus on your goals first. The obstacles, if you're a true entrepreneur, will be worked out. Okay. So I want you to think about that. If you can tell, it's easier for you to tell me all the obstacles that are in your way right now, you got to flip the script. And you can't list off your goals, 1, 2, 3, here's what I'm doing, here's what I want to do, here's what I'm clear on. If you are not clear on that, but you are easily saying, oh, well, this is going on, this is going, that is why you're stuck. That is why you are in this place where you feel fearful and you feel like you should be throwing a funeral for our industry, right? So know your goals. So if that's you, no judgment. I'm not putting you on the spot, but I want you to think about that. Do I think about my obstacles more than I think about my goals, right? And then I took a step back, and the third thing I thought about was, okay, look, Cyndi, this person hasn't been through careers on vacation. They don't have the tools, they don't have the training, they don't have the mindset work. Like, I don't know what they've gone through, but they probably don't have the stuff that we equip our clients with. And it made me think about astronauts. You're like, where are you going with this? I promise this will be good. When I was a kid, when I was like 10, I was obsessed with wanting to be an astronaut. Like, I would look at the stars every night, and I wanted to go to space camp, and I just learned about the whole process. And the reason I bring astronauts as an example is when you're an astronaut and you have to go through training to become an astronaut, before you ever take your first launch, before you ever step foot in a shuttle, before you ever put a spacesuit on, you are going to go through not hundreds, thousands of drills on everything that can go wrong on a mission. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they put you through thousands of drills of all the stuff that can go wrong on a mission? The reason they do it is because it prepares you. It makes you better at your job. It makes you less fearful. It gives you tools and resources on how to respond in every single situation. And it also, most importantly, gives the astronauts the highest degree of success. In order to have successful missions, you have to do stuff that could be failure options. And what if this goes wrong? And what if this happens? You have to be in the fire and in the stress to learn. They have to learn that stuff before they're going to turn over $1 billion space shuttle, right? So, and how I draw this back to our industry is there are a bunch of you right now that have launched into space with no training, no resources, maybe mindset work or not, but you were lost in space without having ever gone through those, what I call mission critical things, right? So you're feeling unprepared, and that's what's leading you to this uncertainty. So here's my PSA for today. Your job's going to require hard stuff. Every job requires hard stuff. This is a hard time, right? The hard stuff is actually what makes you better. The hard stuff is what makes you stronger at your craft. Experience, by the way, is what makes clients line up to work with you. If you look at this as bad, 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 it will be bad, bad, bad. If you look at this as part of your job, you're getting stronger, you're getting better. Clients are going to line up to work with you because you know how to handle situations like this, right? After 25 years, there's been so many. There's been 9/11, terrorist attacks, other health crises, hurricanes, snowstorms. Like, it's just a different version of it, right? It's the same thing. This experience is what is going to make those people line up to work with you. And by the way, if you only want to participate when you're getting free trips and you're getting discounts and stuff is easy, then go home. Like, maybe it's not for you, right? And I don't say that to be harsh. I say that like I'm coaching you like I would coach a client right now, because I'm trying to polarize you a little bit and wake you up to the fact that every job requires you do some hard stuff. This is a hard stuff time. So lean in, don't lean out. This is not the time to be doing less. This is the time to be doing more, right? The WTTC stats from last year, travel industry contributes $8 trillion to the world economy. It is the second fastest sector in the entire world. It is above technology. It is above financial services. It's above healthcare. So all of these sectors, by the way, are having a few weeks off too. You think at the end of it, they're just going to fold up and go, well, 8 trillion, let's just leave that on the table. Of course they're not. Of course they're not, right? Why would it be the same for us? Here's the other thing to drop some knowledge. Fact versus fiction, right? Consumers right now, I want you to think about a lot of you are in your heads about where you're at right now. I want to put you in the place of the consumer from a consumer perspective, and also some things you should probably be talking about in your marketing funnels. Consumers just got slapped in the face over the last 2 weeks about how important it is to use a travel agent or travel advisor. They are spending hours on the phone. I'm getting so many comments on YouTube on our travel agency that I wish I would have used you guys, or I used this big box store, or I use this one over here and I still haven't gotten information for them. This is my bad. Da, 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 da. They are realizing your value right now and how invaluable you are, because something like this, or a weather event or terrorist attack or anything that could be out there, could happen at any given moment. So consumers just got woken up to the fact of how important you are. Let that sit for a minute, right? Secondly, the majority of clients are rescheduling, they're not canceling. If you have a relationship with your clients and you've been working with them for years, this is more from my experience. If you're brand new, maybe you're just canceling because you don't know how to handle the situation. I get it. You don't have protocols and training and all that stuff. But most of our clients are just moving, they've already done the work. So we're moving them to a later date. The beautiful thing is a lot of the travel suppliers they're seeing what happens, right? If this happens, they're giving money back, they're waiving it, they're allowed. We actually have more flexible requirements than ever. So as long as you know how to have that discussion with your client, you're just moving the revenue a little bit further down the year. And I know it still sucks, but it's better than losing the revenue. The other thing is cabin fever is already setting in. One of my agents on our that works for Tripsy Travel, my award-winning travel agency, said, Cyndi, can I post something in our Careers on Vacation group today? And I was like, sure. I didn't even ask her what she wanted to post, but she just said she wanted to post some words of encouragement. So I went over and saw later, and she was like, in our community, cabin fever is setting in. People are already talking about how soon they can book their vacations. People don't like to be stuck at home, right? Cabin fever is setting in. I'm going to tell you the really big one that a lot of people are not talking about, and they're certainly not thinking about. Nobody wants something more than if they're told they can't have it. Right now, there are some travel bans. You can't have Disney. It's not open. You can't have cruises, right? They're closed until this date. People still want to travel. The want to travel is not less. It is going to create a demand that's going to be unbelievable. And if you are ready, if you are prepared, if you've done the things that you need to do during this time, you're going to get a second wave season. You're not going to fall to pieces and the sky is going to fall and you have to go into a corner and cry, right? So think about it from those other perspectives and it will help you make better decisions, right? So last week in our business, just as an example, you guys, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I'm all about mindset, and entrepreneurs don't see obstacles. We figure out a way around and we, help and support. Last week, we did a lot of stuff for free for our clients. Who are our clients? To clarify, if you're new to the live stream. One, we run a program called Careers on Vacation, which we teach both new and experienced. We have 2 different tracks, how to either start or grow their travel agencies to the level that they want to be. Specifically, we specialize in getting people to 6 figures and beyond in their travel business. That is a serious program. So what we did, and then we also have our graduate community. People have been through the program years and years ago, and then we still have a community that we help out and that help out each other as well. So last week I brought the team together and I said, hey guys, what do you think about clearing our schedules this week on the curriculum side? And let's evolve our customer service protocol and let's create a whole module to help people with how to get through any type of crisis event, this one included. Let's have a checklist, let's do some videos, let's give them some email samples, let's put all this stuff together. Do you think we can do it? And how fast can we do it? You know, and I'm thinking it's gonna take us a few weeks, because curriculum is, you gotta build it, you gotta edit it, you gotta put it on the MEM site, you gotta do all this stuff, right? My team is so amazing. They literally, start to finish, created this whole thing last week. It's in final edits and we still have to get it out in the world. But that is not something we're going to make money from. That's something that we created because it's the right thing to do for our community. But also it's that astronaut training, right? So people that are in the Careers on Vacation program are going to get that. People that are in our graduate community, as long as they have access to our MEM site, it's just going to be uploaded once we load that. So they're going to have additional tools and resources. That's how we spent our week. We didn't spend our week in inaction or the sky is falling. We said, what do we want to do for our clients that would be the right? What can you do for your clients right now that is the right thing to do? So specifically in our world, we focus on not just teaching people how to navigate this situation, but how do you prepare to actually come out on the upside of this event, right? And exactly also, pay attention to how you're spending your time. That's what we're educating our clients and grads on. How can you be the most productive that you can be in this time? What should you be spending your time on? And lastly, of course, tools, templates, and checklists. If you're a grad or a client, by the way, just know this stuff is coming really soon. We're working on getting it out as fast as possible. And so just know, and Christine, one of my curriculum managers, she, my only curriculum manager, she runs my curriculum department. She's gonna be hosting for the grad group and the COV group a special coffee session where you guys can come together and we're gonna share all this great stuff with you. So if you're already a client or a grad, know that's coming around the corner. If you are not a client or grad, and you feel like that astronaut who is lost in space and just kind of like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that stuff, or I wish I had Cyndi to talk to every week to give me this kick in my butt to kind of keep me on track with growing my business. Now is the best time to grow your business. The biggest complaint we have across the board is time. I don't have enough time. You have a little bit more time right now, so use it wisely. And guys, I looked at the numbers over the weekend. Careers on Vacation is sold out. Like, we were sold out before this thing happens. We run the sold out program. After speaking with my ops manager and talking to everyone on the team and putting a little more availability in for the coaches, we're opening up 5 additional spots for Careers on Vacation. We can only fit 5. That's our max, 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 max. So if you are in this lost in space spot, whether you are, you have a team and you're experienced, or you're brand new and you're thinking about launching, this is the best time. Don't miss this opportunity. I want you to apply for the program. We're going to look at all the applications, pick the people that are most ready. The way that you apply is you book a discovery call. So you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now. And it's an easy process. You meet with one of our coaches and they'll walk you through, understanding what your goals are and if it's a match to work together and kind of how that process would go. But don't miss out. If you have that extra time right now, do it. And there will not be another time I'll be able to open 5 spots. So thank you to my team for putting in the extra time and extra hours to make this happen for everyone. And guys, I hope that this was helpful for you. We, I didn't plan this webinar, but it was one of those things where I was like, message, and just consider this a free coaching that you just received. Really, out of love, I wish the most love and abundance for you and for everyone who's watching this, no matter what your journey and path in the travel industry. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And we'll be back on Wednesday. We have another great live stream planned, so make sure you tune in 10 a.m. Central on Wednesday. Bye, guys.